Hello everyone, my name is Christy Duarte. I'm the author of The Transmigrant, a book about the lost years of Jesus and his travels around Asia and how he founded a religion or a faith that was inspired by Hinduism and Buddhism. So thanks for coming here, thanks for watching my video. I wanted to explain, because I often get a question why I wrote about Jesus. Because I'm not religious and I'm not an atheist, really. I have nothing to prove except for I wanted to look at how all the religions are connected. And I didn't start writing this book because I adored Jesus or that I wanted to prove that he existed or not existed. And in a way, this makes me almost uniquely suited to write his story because I wasn't coming into this, I wasn't biased one way or another. So where did this urge come to spend 6 years studying Jesus, researching, writing, editing, sweating over the details, reading more than 50 books, writing a novel about Jesus? That's not a Christian book. That doesn't fall into any kind of set genre. So it would have been maybe easier to do Vampire Jesus, but that's not what I do. So I had always wondered why Jesus, if, as people say, he's the Son of God, why is he often portrayed as a self-absorbed guru, almost a bully, who said, if you don't follow me, you'll go to hell? Because if he was a man of God, wouldn't he be inclusive and compassionate and loving and not really care about if you loved him or not? Think about the people in your life. Are the good people the ones who say like, oh, kiss my, what? Or are the good people the ones who are like, yeah, you like me, you don't like me, that's fine? I think it was the latter. I guess I imagine Jesus much like a Buddhist monk, one of those guys walking down the street, very peaceful, twinkle in his eyes, a perpetual smile. But, these were thoughts that came and went. And over the years, I thought about it. I thought, how could I do it? But I wasn't really serious about it. Until one day when I was walking the street of Calcutta in India, and I saw this man selling books on a blanket like they do in India, in I guess, third world countries often. And there was a book that was called Jesus in India. And I was like, in India? And of course I had to buy it. And one day when I was living in Peru, I had lots of free time. I started reading it and I thought, it's very interesting that he went to India, or if he went to India, and studied Hinduism and Buddhism. And this is something I think I want to look closer into. So it was really the start of my journey, this book, Jesus in India, written by a Russian explorer called Nicholas Notovich in 1880. And according to Mr. Notovich, he traveled through India, ended up in Ladakh in northern India, and he broke his leg. These Tibetan monks showed him the scrolls, or one day they said, oh, did you know that your Jesus was here? And then they showed him scrolls that said how, it depicted exactly how Jesus traveled through Asia and where he stayed, what he studied, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Zoroastrianism, all those good things. And it kind of made sense. So anyway, Nicholas Notovich came back to Europe. He went to the cardinals of France and he said, oh, you have no idea what I found. I found this book about Jesus in in India, and now we finally know where he spent these 18 years that are not, explained in the Bible. And the cardinals were like, maybe you shouldn't talk about that. Are you looking for fame? Are you looking for money? Like, we'll give you money, but don't talk about this. It's not good. Nicholas Notovich wanted to tell the story because he thought it was important. And thank God he did, because true or not, we don't know, right? It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So anyways, I started reading the Bible. I started watching videos online. I tried to keep an open mind, so I read very Christian, like Orthodox Christian, script, like writings. I read, the Nag Hammadi library, all the historical work from that time. Long story short, a lot of people have tried to disprove Nicholas Notovich's findings. Many people have gone to the monastery, have been shown the scrolls. Many people have gone there and said they don't exist. We, I guess, will never know, because according to legend, the scrolls are locked up in Lhasa, and they will. And the monks have been told not to open them again until the Dalai Lama comes back, which, as we know, might take a while. So anyway, so this inspired me to write The Transmigrant, and a lot of people have loved it. I'm sure a lot of people have not, but a lot of people have loved it. I've gotten rave reviews from people all over the world. I've been interviewed in podcasts and webcasts and by magazines and blogs, and I think this is an important story to be told. And just as a side note, I read more than 50 books, non-fiction books. I read the Bible, I read historical sources, I tried to really get to the depth of what was true and what was not true. I tried to focus on the most authentic sources. I didn't buy anything, any author's opinion completely. I looked at it very much, what makes sense, what doesn't, and I approached it with this thought that if Jesus was a son of God, if he was of God, he would be good. And if he were good, he would also accept all others.